So the guy who controls $11 trillion just said that Bitcoin might become the next global currency. Not someday, not theoretically. He said right now. I'm talking about Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, the biggest asset manager on the planet. And in his latest letter to shareholders, he warned that Bitcoin could actually challenge the US dollar's dominance. This isn't a crypto influencer pumping coins. This is the most traditional guy in finance, flipping the script. The US dollar has ruled global finance for decades. But what happens if even the financial elite are starting to bet on Bitcoin? Hey, before we break this down, make sure to click subscribe below. Each and every week, I give updates and insights on the crypto market. I have been trading and investing in crypto for close to a decade. So if you want more information on crypto, Bitcoin, and insights on the market, make sure that you click subscribe and click the like button. Now let's get into what Larry Fink actually said. In his annual shareholder letter, he directly warned that America's growing national debt could cause the world to lose faith in the dollar, and he said that the US could lose its position as the global reserve currency to none other than Bitcoin. And that's not a fringe opinion. That's coming from someone from the very center of global finance. And so why is this such a big deal anyway? Because reserve currency status is what gives the US global financial power. It's why the US can borrow endlessly, run deficits, and still hold influence over global trade. But get this, in 2025, the US will pay $952 billion just in interest on its debt. That's more than the US spends on defense. And if the US keeps going at this pace, by 2030, interest payments could eat up every single dollar of federal revenue. That's just not unsustainable. That's freaking dangerous, man. And in a world where trust is everything, people start asking, if not the dollar, then what? In Bitcoin, which is scarce, decentralized, and transparent, starts looking more and more like an answer. Now, BlackRock isn't just talking, they're building around Bitcoin. In early 2024, they launched the iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF, and it's already managing close to 50 billion. One of the most successful ETF launches in history. Then there's Build, their tokenized money market fund. It's on pace to hit 2 billion in assets. And that's just not theory, that's capital flowing in. So when Fink talks about Bitcoin challenging the dollar, it's just not a headline, it's a playbook. Fink goes even further and says this is just the beginning. He believes that everything, stocks, bonds, real estate, will eventually be tokenized. Tokenization means that investing is faster, more efficient, and accessible 24/7. But he also points out the one thing that's holding it all back is digital identity. Until we have a trusted way of verifying who's doing what on chain, institutional investors will stay cautious. Now look, does this mean that Bitcoin is replacing the dollar tomorrow? Probably not. The dollar is still deeply embedded in global trade, energy markets, and the debt system, and that won't vanish overnight. But the fact that Bitcoin is even being mentioned as a reserve currency contender by BlackRock, that's massive for both Bitcoin and crypto. It shows how far we've come, because just 10 years ago, Bitcoin was a joke to Wall Street. Banks didn't take it seriously, and everyone thought that it was a scam. Now it's a serious part of the conversation within global finance. And so where do I stand? Do I think that Bitcoin is about to take over the dollar right now? Well, I don't, but I do believe that Bitcoin is still the hardest money that you can find globally. The US dollar still has massive global infrastructure behind it, military, political, financial, and that's not disappearing in the short term, at least not without a fight from a few people. But what this does show is that Bitcoin is now legit. It's being respected at the highest level of finance, and that is huge for long-term adoption. Bitcoin may not be replacing the dollar today, but it's forcing the entire financial system to evolve. So what do you think? Could Bitcoin one day take the crown? Or do you think the dollar will hold its place forever? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and absolutely do not forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, because this is just the beginning of where crypto is headed. Now, if you like this video, I do give more daily insights on the market with charts each and every week. So make sure that you not only subscribe, but you click those notifications to get those updates each and every week. You guys trade safe, and I'll see you on the next one.